Hi everyone! Welcome to Stampin' with Margaret. Thank you for joining me again this week. I think you've all noticed that I have my name of my site here. So if at any point you would like to get a hold of me for anything, just go ahead and email me right here at margymo@aol.com. That's my email address, and this is my website for Stampin' Up. So if you would like to take a look at my site, go ahead and check it out. That's my Stampin' Up website. And you are stamping today with Margaret. All right, let's show you the card we're going to do today. Today it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I know you guys are ready for one. So, and I have to admit, I am using Christmas because our new Christmas catalog's out, holiday catalog, because in the holiday catalog there's also things for fall and of course Halloween, all of the upcoming holidays. And I want you to get a start on the holidays. Don't want you to be late. Every year I always say I'm going to have them done by a certain time, and I just never do. So this year I do promise myself, because I want to be able to share some more things with you in the month of December instead of having to worry about getting my Christmas cards done. I send out about, probably about anywhere from 70 to 80 cards every year, and I try to mix them up. I don't do the same one all the time, as you've noticed. I fall in love with one, and then I make another one, and I fall in love with it, right? All right, so today this is really kind of easy, but it's a little bit of a challenge. I cased this from a gal named Susan Schultz. I saw it on Pinterest. I fell in love with it. And do you know what case means? All right, copy and share everything. So if it's on a website, they put it out there, they give you the dimensions, so you're more than welcome to case it. Okay, so there's a little lesson on what does case mean today. All right, so let's get started with our card. I want to share a couple of items that are in the catalog. Today we're going to be using the Designer Series paper from the catalog, and it's called Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. All right, let me show you. As you know, our paper is two-sided. Look at this one. This is a holly one. This is the one we're using today. But on the back side, look at this. Wouldn't that make a great background? All right, look at this one with pine boughs. Isn't that beautiful? Hopefully I won't make you seasick by flipping these things over. Oh, look, pine cones. And again, with the pine boughs. There's just a great background on the other side. Oh, poinsettias. Aren't those beautiful? All right, and here's some like hollyberry looking things. It's gorgeous. Love that color. Okay, and on the other side, look at these poinsettias. Now, just think about this. You could fuzzy cut these and make a card out of it, couldn't you? You could curl the edges just a little bit, put a dimension behind it, pop it up. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? All right, and on this one, this is pine cones on this side. Oh, and some more poinsettias. Look at that. Well, this one would be difficult to cut out, but wouldn't that be beautiful? Look at that. Okay, and you get two pieces of everything. So you get two of these, and so you'll get two of the poinsettias on the front, and then of course two that are the pine cones on the back. And look at this one. Oh, this is gonna go good with a lot of different things. And this is the hollyberry that we're going to be using in the card we're making today. Okay, just sharing that. Again, that is our Designer Series paper, and it's Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper, and it is in the catalog now. At any time, go ahead and feel like you want to snap a picture. You're more than happy to. If I'm going too fast for you, just stop the video and catch up, and then go ahead and proceed, right? Easy. All right, so let's set this one aside because that's the one I used for a sample. But now, in the email that I sent you, I gave you a list of the pattern, so that makes it easy that way, so then you're all prepared. But if you don't get my emails, let me know. Send me an email at margiemo@aol.com. Okay, then you'll be on the list, and then that way you'll get the pattern all ready and printed out for you. But otherwise, you can follow along, have paper and pencil ready when you are dialing in with me. All right, so you're going to cut one piece that is 8.5 by 5.5, and that's going to be our base, right? And you're going to score it right at 4.25. That's going to be the base of our card. You're going to cut 2 at 5.25 by 4. One's going to go on the inside of your card, and one's going to go on the front of your card. It's going to be one of the layers. All right, now the last thing you needed to cut was 6 squares that are 1/8 by 1/8. Okay, one should be designer series paper, and then one can be plaid, or plain, but do what you want. That's one thing about I am having so much fun. Those of you that are sending me pictures, I really, really love it when I get to see what you're doing, because I'm going with the Christmas theme, but you don't have to. This would make really, really cute birthday card for somebody, and just using designer series paper, or just use all solid, red and white. That would be cute too, or any colors that you like. Some people have been showing me some unbelievable colors that I wouldn't even think about putting together, but oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Again, send your pictures to margiemo@aol.com. Thanks. Okay, let's get started on this. What we're going to do is we're going to take the base of our card and fold it on the 4.25, and I like using a bone folder because that's what makes it a nice crisp fold. If you don't happen to have a bone folder, they're in our catalog, but if you don't, just go ahead and use your fingernail and go ahead and press it down just like that. All right, so this one is going to be opening this way, so let's just set this up here because we're not going to be using it for right now. Now comes the challenge. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our designer series paper squares, which are 1 1/8 by 1 1/8. All right, now let's go ahead and lay out our pattern. What we're going to do is take a square, another square. Now, right now, all what you wanted to do, you don't want to sit there and make sure that all your edges are straight. Just go ahead and lay it out so you are happy with the way it's laying out. Okay, so if you can see this one, let's set this one right here. This is, I did my solids in a different order than I'm going to do on this one, just because I want to do something a little bit different. Look, see, just set them out there. All right. Ooh, I kind of like that. All right. So then we'll just press them in like that. Okay, I like that. This is what I'm going to go with. So different than this one, right? Okay, so now then what I'll do is I'm going to take all of my pieces and I'm going to bring them down just like this, leave them in order. Now, if you have the designer series paper and it has a bit of a pattern to it, keep an eye out so that, see how this one's going on its side, this one's going up and down? Figure out what you like. If you want to mix them around a little bit more, go ahead. Now is the time to do it before you start gluing them down. All right, so we're going to move these down and probably take these right off of the show here, but I want to be able to get more room. All right, so I'm just going to leave these right here. Right now we're going to use glue, and I highly recommend glue for this project because it's going to give you just that little bit of wiggle room. All right, so I'm going to put some glue here. All right, put a little bit of glue. I'm going to set this one up here in the corner. Now, if you can see, look so that you have about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, let me move this. Hopefully you can see better. Go ahead, so you have 1/8 of an inch right here and 1/8 of an inch right here. All right, set that down. Don't press it down yet. Okay, just set her down because you might need to do a little bit of wiggling. All right, so here's another one. We'll put this one right here. Leave about 1/8 of an inch in between them and 1/8 of an inch up at the top. I'm going to come down here. Hopefully I'm not talking too fast, but I want to make sure that if I need to move anything around, I still have time. All right. I get excited about these things too, don't you? All right. I love to see how this is going to come together. All right, so this is why the glue came in handy. I'm going to move this over 1/8 of an inch down here. Now see, this one's a little bit too high. So now since I have glue, I'm able to slide it down just a little bit, right? Make sure that guy's straight. All right, got him down. Let's go ahead and we'll go across the whole top. You can do this in any order you would like, all right? It's up to you. Let's go with 1/8 of an inch at the top, 1/8 of an inch on this between the two. Go ahead and we'll glue up our last corner here. This is the area that you will be using to line everything up. So once you have your top row, move this one over. See, there's lucky I had glue. Move this guy over a little bit too. All right, just like that. All right. Okay, now let's go ahead and we'll just put in our other parts. We've got a really good alignment here. Got a little extra glue, but we'll get that with the eraser a little bit later. All right, so now let's just go ahead and fill it in. All right, I know this is a little bit of a challenge, but it's really, I think, kind of fun. I think you guys are going to enjoy doing something a little bit different. Not so much of a fold this week, but more of an assembly challenge, right? All right, set these down. Remember, just about 1/8 of an inch in between them. And now that we've got the outer row, the two outer rows, makes it easier. You've got something to go by now without having to worry so much about the spacing because it's already there for you. All right, line this one up so it's coming straight down. Make sure my row is about straight. All right. Oh, I'm loving the way this is coming together. I love this paper. And remember, that's one nice thing about our paper. It is two-sided. It's nice and thick. Even though it is the Designer Series paper, it's nice and thick. I know a lot of you buy your stuff from Michael's and Joann's and Hobby Lobby and everywhere. I understand that. But I really like our stuff because this Stampin' Up! Product is, I think, very superior to some of the products that we get elsewhere. And like for our Designer Series paper, if you're going to be scoring it, it doesn't rip, which is really nice. Right, my last piece, right? Okay, go ahead and put this one down. All right. Didn't that turn out great? All right, now I forgot to mention, if you're going to go ahead and you like the embossing, you don't have to have the embossing, but the embossing is always fun too. So what you would do is just have a piece of paper that measures 4 by 2 3/4. You're going to go ahead and put that into your embossing folder. Look at this great embossing folder. This is in our catalog also. And this is called the Winter Snow Embossing Folder. Flip it over and let's get the number on that in case you're interested. And that's 153577. All right, this is in our holiday catalog. Look at that. Right, let me show you a trick. Okay, what you could do is you can either put in a larger piece of paper, put it in just like that, and if you measure this one at 4 2 3/4, go ahead, set it in there, run it through your embossing machine. Now let me show you a trick on embossing machine. I learned this just about a month ago and I kind of feel sad that it took me so long to learn it, right? Okay, so you take your embossing folder and you always, always, always make sure you have a glass plate over the top. And the reason behind having the glass plate over the top, it keeps it from Yep, Boeing. How many times have you had a embossing folder that does this and you can't make it stop doing that, right? And it's so frustrating. Even if you flip it over, it's still gonna do it. So remember, just always put one of your glass plates on top and in between, right? All right. As you notice, this is one of the new plates from the new machines coming out on September the 1st. So if you're interested in a new embossing machine, let me know. All right. So we're gonna go through. You'll go through and you will emboss it instead of making you watch me crank it through. This is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? And then what I did was cut it 1 1/8, 1 1/8, 1 1/8, 1 1/8. Okay, and that was I got it all ready to go. All right, let me tell you a couple more tricks. What you can do from here, of course, you can either put some dimensions so that it pops up, so that it stands up from here, and then put a sentiment on, right? See, on this one, I did put dimensions on so that my sentiment popped up. Hopefully you can see that. It stands up a little bit away from the thing. But now with Christmas coming up, and if you're going to be mailing, however many Christmas cards that you mail, remember, keep it as flat as you can, because if it goes too fat, if it's like 2 layers of dimensions, they're going to charge you extra. And right now, postage is 55 cents for a card this size. But if you start putting more layers in there, then they're going to charge you for 2 stamps. Actually, what they're going to charge you is $1.20. 55 and 55 is, okay, that's 2 stamps. And then you still got to add 10 more cents. So it could get pretty expensive. But, some of the family, they deserve those beautiful ones, right? So, but I have been mailing a lot lately, and I've been finding out that anything that I'm making thicker is going to have to go at $1.20, or the recipient is not going to get it. And who is, right? You never know if they'd even mail it back to you. But anyway, just a hint. Go ahead, and I would finish this one up. I would put a sentiment on it, and then go ahead and make sure I put something on the inside, and maybe put a little stamp in there. Make it cute. Alrighty, everybody. I wanted to make this a quick, easy one, even though it was challenging, but it was quick and easy, wasn't it? And look how beautiful it is. All right, ladies, I'd love to see your finished products. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. All right, everybody take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Bye-bye.